Imagine if you'd spent your entire life wearing gloves. One day someone takes them off. You can finally touch the world. Feel it.
Just don't say that around Tali, okay? She's a little sensitive. Alright. Goodbye.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
The whole glove analogy? Yeah. Might rub her the wrong way. Chambers, go feed my... Oh. Right. Aww. How dare you get kidnapped? Who's gonna feed my fish now? I guess I gotta go do it. Damn you, Chambers! This is going in your file. Hi, fishies. There you go. Ah, I should check and see. Maybe, okay, I got the little Prothean artifact. What's this? Nothing. Oh, hey, look, the dog tags from the Shadow Broker mission. Aw, that's nice. I'm wondering if I can get the Mass Effect 2 music here. No? Eh. 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 Alright, hang on, I'll do this off camera. I just realized how boring that must have been for you guys. Sorry. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Nothing much. We have the collector's... I mean, the Shadow Broker ship somewhere, don't we? Where? We got a copy of his model ship. Where is it? Hi, Space Hamster. Where's the collector's ship? I mean, the collector's ship. The Shadow Broker's ship. That's so not cool. I got a copy of his ship. It should be up there somewhere. Maybe I missed it somehow? Huh. Oh well. Fish are fed. Down to the crew quarters. Alright, folks. Like I said, talk to everyone one last time. Go by the Shadow Broker's lair one last time. And then that's it, folks. We're going on the suicide mission.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Very well. I had been recording a message for Kolyat.
How are things going with it?
It is difficult. All things worth keeping are. I never explained. I suppose the story of my wife's death took you by surprise.
I figured you'd explain to me when you were ready.
I appreciate your patience. I kept my work clear of our home life. I assumed that would be enough to protect Erica. That memory I mentioned before. Laser dot trembles on the target's skull. The smell of spice on a spring wind. Sunset eyes defiant in the scope. That was Erica. That was how I met her. She saw my targeting laser as she walked by and threw herself in the way.
I guess she impressed you.
She woke me up. Her body trembles, not fear. Indignation. Her mouth moves. How dare you? You and I trained to sacrifice ourselves to save others. How often does a civilian step in the way of a bullet to protect someone they've never met? I thought she was the goddess Urashu. She met my eyes through the scope, and my purpose faltered.
So how did she go from blocking your shot to having your children?
I had to meet her. The memory possessed and endowed me. I fell on my knees before her, begged her pardon. She introduced me to the world beyond my work. Eventually, she forgave me. Later, she loved me.
Huh.
When you talked to Kolyat, you said she died.
I let myself become complacent. I thought Erica and Kolyat were safe. I stayed away too long, and my enemies came for her.
Who came for her?
Batarians. A slaver ring that was preying on Hanar outer colonies. I'd killed their leaders. They paid the Shadow Broker to find out who I was. But they were afraid of me. So they went after her.
Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore.
You told Kolyat that you hunted her killers down.
Erica woke me up. When she passed, I returned to my battle sleep. My body hunted her killers, murdered them. I was taught to grant death quickly, cleanly, to minimize suffering. Them, I let them linger.
You were operating on instinct. By your own rules, you can't blame yourself.
But I made the choice to hunt them. Their the only lives I've ever taken of my own choice. The only deaths on my own conscience. I haven't spoken about my wife, and I don't think I ever have. I didn't have anyone left to tell it to.
Thane, the worst thing is to face death with regrets. You're part of my crew, and I consider you a friend. If there's anything I can help you with, just ask.
I've never been part of a team. Assassins tend to be solitary. I'm learning the virtues of facing death with others at your side. It's a work in progress.
There we go. I wonder if that's it for Thane. Hang on.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Later. I'd like to consider when
I should go.
I shall return to my
I
meditation.
think that's the end of his chain. At least if you're a guy. If you're a girl, then you can get busy with him.
So quiet around here. I miss the crew.
Aw, poor Kasumi.
I have to say, that Jacob, he seems pretty intense. I wonder if he likes Japanese girls with a penchant for kleptomania. Joker and Edie are like an old married couple.
Alright.
I keep expecting to walk in on them bickering about the temperature.
You got nothing else to say. Hang on, folks. I'll be right back. Alright, where was I? Talking to people, right? I think we're done with her.
How are you?
Perhaps we could speak later.
How are you?
Perhaps we could speak later.
No,
Perhaps
no.
we could speak later.
I should go.
Of course.
That would be funny if that really happened. How are you? Perhaps we could speak later. How are you? Shepard, how are you? Shepard, how are you? Alright, Miranda.
Commander, what can I do for
Do
you?
you have a minute, Miranda?
Of course. I'd been meaning to speak with you, in fact.
Okay.
I wanted to apologize. I didn't fully believe you'd be up to the task, and it seems I was wrong. Frankly, based on what I've seen, I wish Cerberus had recruited you earlier.
I trust you, but I don't trust Cerberus. Your experiments crossed the line.
Yeah.
All the time, yes. But I recall a Spectre who crossed a few lines while hunting down Saren and the Geth. And we'd be lucky to have you. Too many join us out of simple xenophobia. We need more people here for the right reasons.
What was Cerberus trying to prove by experimenting on children like Jack?
A mistake, no question. Not mine. And one that was corrected once we discovered the extent of the experiments being performed.
Oh, well, that just makes you completely unresponsible.
I saw your bases years ago. You were using Rachni, Thorian creepers, even husks to make your own army.
The husks were already dead, the Thorian creatures were mindless, and the Rachni were abandoned once we understood their intelligence. We weren't breeding an army, we were breeding expendable shock troops for high-risk scenarios. How many soldiers died in Saren's attack on Eden Prime? How many would have lived if we'd had just a dozen Rachni soldiers on our side?
Nah, you can't explain this away. You guys are monsters.
With your intelligence, you could have landed any job you wanted. Why choose this?
Because I still envy the time Morden spent with the Special Tasks Group, working with people as smart as he was. Cerberus never tells me that something is impossible. They give me my resources and say do it. And they've given you even more. A new life, a new ship, the elusive man's personal attention.
What? You disapprove?
No. I'm just impressed. You're... well, look at you. A spacer kid, educated with on-ship tutorials, no strong foundation for stability. And you've done more than I could. Despite everything my father did to make me perfect, you're the best humanity has to offer.
You always bring up your genetic tailoring. It really bothers you, doesn't it?
This is what I am, Shepard. I can't hide it. The intelligence, the looks, even the biotics. He paid for all of that. Every one of your accomplishments is due to your skill. The only things I can take credit for are my mistakes.
I can't admire your body or your mind. You give your father too much credit. Yeah, he gave you gifts. But you can be proud of what you've done with them.
Oh, thank you. Perhaps I wouldn't mind if you admired
No,
my body.
wait. Whoa. Well, I didn't mean it like that. I was just... Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way.
Don't touch my
We
nipple
need to
again.
stay professional. Keep our focus.
Yes, you're right. This is too important for anything to cause friction. Thank you for coming by, Commander.
Oh, the lights shut off? What? Not to mention the fact that I'm in love with a girl in an encounter suit who's a lot better than you. So... Whatever, Miranda. God, you try and compliment the girl and she's all over you. She has issues. Alright, let's go talk to the I am Krogan guy, who I believe is a Krogan. Not sure on it, though.
Shepard,
Just checking in. How you doing?
I'm branching out. Got a list of enemies now. They all give me joy when I picture cutting them, crushing them. There's this one imprint, a Solarian with the... what are they? The things on his head pulled apart? Bet it caused a generation of revenge. What is that, a few weeks for them?
Ho ho ho.
So what did you want?
Krogan made funny. Save some for our enemies.
Don't wear yourself out on someone else's memories. We've got our own bad guys to fight.
Your enemies are my enemies. We'll shove the Collector's claws where a dark sun can't shine.
Darn right.
And they will deserve it.
Yes, they will.
I won't disrespect their strengths by doing less than the worst to them.
You know what? Just roll with it, Shepard. Just roll with it.
That's the kind of thinking that will save a galaxy.
You make it possible, Shepard. You're my battle master. You give me purpose. That's what makes Krogan feared soldiers, and not animals. Lead well, Shepard. You have my respect.
Aw, yay, we have the respect of the crazy Krogan. Alright, no need to talk to Tali. She just talks about how much she wants my body. And she does want my body. Jack? I don't think there's a reason to talk to Jack. I don't remember.
Hey,
Tell me something I don't know about you.
nothing to tell. Why?
I want to know more, and I'm not going away.
I'm here to fight for you. Nothing says we have to be friends, but whatever. Something you don't know, huh? Obvious stuff, like what's up with my ink, or something else just as boring? You're not really interested unless it affects you. I've been through all this shit before.
I could be genuine. You have no way of knowing.
I have eyes, and I have history. You'll back off. As soon as you realize you're not the first, and I'm immune to your help.
I'll bite. What's with the tattoos?
Some are for prisons I've been in. Some are for kills. You know, good ones. Some are for things I've lost. Those aren't your business. They're nobody's business. And some are because, hey, why the fuck not?
Fair enough.
You work pretty hard at not letting people get close.
I've been with lots of people. If you're asking about a boyfriend or a girlfriend, no. It's a waste of time and it never works. You let someone get that close, it just means they need a shorter knife. Lonely and alive works just fine, thanks.
Seems like you miss it a little more than you want to admit.
Pick every little word apart if you want, but it doesn't change the way the galaxy works. Come on, you've been around.
You're
Yeah.
tough, but you can't have survived alone all these years.
When I was starting out, I ran with this girl Minara and her boyfriend. They knew their way around. I thought they'd help me. Right. They helped me into their bed. And when we finally did take down something big, they helped themselves to my share of the take. I knew where it was heading. And I got them first. Never bothered with friends after that.
They sound like selfish pricks. That doesn't mean they were going to kill you.
I get feelings. I don't need proof. I did the smart thing. I always do the smart thing if people fuck with me. That's probably something you should remember.
I don't think you're capable of doing any smart thing. You're crazy.
I have to go, but we should do this again.
Wait. My turn with the questions. People usually walk by now. Why are you really asking all these things? Are you eyeing me up? Because if this is just about sex, maybe you should just fucking say so.